Welcome to Speaking Places, a daily podcast where history speaks through stones, walls, and towers like me. I am the Eiffel Tower. I have stood tall in the heart of Paris since 1889. I have watched time change the world around me. I have seen love, war, silence, and celebration. Now, I will tell my story. In simple English. So everyone can understand. This is part 1 of my voice. Come closer. I have much to share. The birth of iron, dreams and doubts. I began as a dream in Paris during the early 1880s. Back then, I was nothing more than a bold idea, a vision for something new and extraordinary. People wanted to celebrate a big event, the 100th anniversary of the French Revolution in 1889. Paris was going to host the World's Fair, a grand festival that would attract visitors from around the world. But they needed a special symbol, something never seen before, to represent progress, strength, and innovation. Gustave Eiffel, a wise engineer who loved iron, believed that I could be that symbol. He saw iron as the material of the future, strong, light, and modern. The world had long built with stone and wood, but iron could reach higher and be more flexible. Eiffel dreamed of a tower made entirely from iron, a structure so tall it would touch the sky. Not everyone was ready to welcome me. Many artists and writers were afraid that I would ruin the beauty of Paris. They signed petitions, wrote angry letters, and called me a monster. "This is an eyesore," they said. "This will destroy the charm of our city." But Eiffel and his team did not stop. They believed in me and my purpose. Planning me was a huge task. Engineers spent months drawing detailed blueprints. Every iron piece had to fit perfectly with the others. My shape had to be strong and safe to stand against strong winds and weather. They used careful math and science to make sure I would last for many years. In 1887, the work began. The first step was the foundation. Paris was built on soft soil, so deep and strong bases were needed to hold me steady. 4 huge concrete blocks were poured underground, 1 for each leg. These blocks were so heavy and strong that they could hold the weight of thousands of people and tons of iron. Then, the construction of my legs started. Each leg was made of many iron beams, shaped and cut with great care. The workers lifted these heavy beams and connected them with thousands of bolts and rivets. As the legs rose taller and taller, people in Paris gathered to watch. Some were curious, others still unhappy, but all eyes were on me. Working on me was dangerous. The workers climbed high above the city, sometimes more than 200 meters up. They used ropes and safety belts to protect themselves. No one wanted an accident to happen. Every day, the men worked hard and took pride in their work. In 1888, the first platform was finished. This platform was built between my legs at about 57 meters above the ground. It was wide and strong, a resting place for visitors who would come to enjoy the views of Paris. Shops and restaurants were planned here, making the platform a lively place. My legs kept growing and moving closer together as they reached upward. At about 115 meters high, the second platform was built. This platform was smaller but even more beautiful. It gave visitors a better view of the city, and a feeling of being closer to the sky. Protecting me from rust was very important. The engineers chose a special paint, a color they called Eiffel Tower brown. This paint covered every iron beam, giving me a warm, reddish-brown look. The painting process took months, and had to be repeated every few years to keep me safe. Finally, in March 1889, I was complete. I stood 324 meters tall, taller than any other man-made structure in the world. I was no longer just an idea or a dream, I was real, solid, and proud. Some people still didn't like me. They thought I was strange and too tall. But many were amazed by what I showed the world. I was a symbol of progress, science, and human strength. I was ready to welcome millions of visitors, to share my story, and to watch over Paris for many years. And so, my journey began, standing tall and strong, the iron giant of Paris. Rising to the sky, building the tower. After many months of planning, the work on me finally began in 1887. At first, the builders prepared the ground beneath me. Paris is built on soft soil, so the engineers had to create strong foundations for my 4 legs. These foundations were deep and made of solid concrete and stone. They had to be very strong because all my weight would rest on them. My 4 legs were the first to rise from the earth. Each leg was built with many iron beams. These beams were heavy but carefully shaped and cut in factories. Then, workers brought the pieces to the building site. They used cranes and machines to lift the heavy iron parts into place. As my legs grew higher, I started to feel alive. The workers connected each iron piece with thousands of bolts and rivets. Rivets are like small metal pins that hold 2 pieces tightly together. Each day, my shape became clearer. From the ground, people could see the 4 wide legs standing firm, ready to reach the sky. Building me was not easy. The workers had to climb very high. Sometimes, they worked more than 200 meters above the city streets. It was dangerous work. They wore safety belts and used ropes, but it was still risky. Despite this, the workers were proud of what they were doing. They knew they were part of something special. The first platform was built at about 57 meters above the ground. This platform was a resting place for visitors. It was wide and strong, made of wood and iron. Soon, shops and restaurants would open here to welcome people who came to see me. As my legs continued to rise, they slowly moved closer together. At about 115 meters high, the second platform was built. This platform was smaller than the first but gave visitors an even better view of Paris. Painting me was also very important. My iron parts needed protection from rain and rust. So, the workers painted me with a special color called Eiffel Tower brown. This color was a mix of red, yellow, and brown. It made me look warm and strong. Painting took a long time and had to be done carefully to cover every part. In early 1889, the last parts of me were built. At the very top, workers placed antennas and a flagpole. When I was finished in March 1889, I stood 324 meters tall. I was the tallest man-made structure in the world. I was no longer just an idea or a plan. I was real and proud. I could see all of Paris from above. I was ready to welcome visitors from around the world. But I also heard voices of doubt. Some people still did not like me. They said I was too tall and out of place. Yet, I stood tall and silent, waiting for time to show my true value. The World's Fair and first visitors. After many months of hard work, I was finally ready to greet the world. The 1889 World's Fair in Paris was about to begin, and I was the center of attention. People from all over the globe came to see me. Some came with excitement, others with doubt in their hearts. On the opening day, thousands of visitors stood at my feet, looking up with wonder. I could feel their eyes on me, their cameras pointing toward my iron frame. For many, I was unlike anything they had ever seen before. Inside, elevators and stairs allowed visitors to climb up to my platforms. The first platform was busy with people walking, talking, and enjoying the view. The shops and restaurants filled the air with delicious smells and cheerful voices. The second platform, higher up, gave an even better view. From there, visitors could see the whole city of Paris, the Seine River, the rooftops, the gardens, and famous landmarks like Notre Dame and the Louvre. Some people stayed for hours, amazed by the beauty around them. My highest point, nearly 324 meters above the ground, was the crown of the fair. Only a few brave visitors went all the way up there, but they were rewarded with a breathtaking view that stretched for miles. Despite my popularity, not everyone was happy. Some critics still called me ugly. Artists wrote poems and letters against me. They said I spoiled the city's beauty. But many others saw me as a symbol of the new age, a sign that science and progress were important. Over time, more visitors came to see me, and I became a beloved part of Paris. People took photographs with me, celebrated festivals at my base, and shared stories about their visits. I also played a special role in science and communication. Scientists used me to study the wind and weather at high altitudes. Later, I helped carry radio and television signals, connecting people across distances. I stood tall through changing times, wars, peace, and growth. Through it all, I remained a symbol of human achievement, a proud giant watching over Paris. And my story continued, growing stronger with each passing year. Life and legacy, beyond the fair. After the excitement of the 1889 World's Fair, my life truly began. I was no longer just a temporary structure made for a special event. I became part of Paris itself, a landmark that millions of people wanted to visit and admire. Every day, visitors from all over the world came to stand beneath me and gaze upward. Some came for the breathtaking views from my platforms, others came simply to experience the feeling of being near me. I was a place of joy, wonder, and sometimes quiet reflection. I watched as families took pictures together, lovers held hands while watching the sunset, and children ran around my feet laughing. I was proud to be a part of their memories. But my story was not just about tourists. Over the years, I played important roles in science and technology. My height and strength made me perfect for many experiments. Early scientists used me to study the wind. They wanted to understand how air moves high above the city. These studies helped improve weather predictions and airplane designs. Later, I became a platform for radio antennas. In the early 1900s, radio was a new and exciting technology. I helped send and receive signals across France and beyond. This changed how people communicated. For the first time, news, music, and voices could travel quickly through the airwaves. During difficult times, like the First and Second World Wars, I stood strong. Though Paris faced many challenges, I remained a symbol of hope and resilience. Sometimes, I was even used as a lookout point or a communication tower during the conflicts. In the years after the wars, Paris grew and changed. Skyscrapers and modern buildings appeared, but I stayed the heart of the city. Tourists still came in large numbers, eager to climb my stairs or ride my elevators. I was also featured in many films, paintings, and books. Artists found inspiration in my iron lattice. Writers wrote stories about me. I became one of the most famous landmarks in the world. Of course, I was not perfect. Over time, my iron needed protection. I was repainted many times to stop rust and keep me looking fresh. The painting was a huge job, taking months every few years. But I needed this care to last for generations. People often ask me, how do you feel standing so tall for more than a century? I would say, it is an honor and a joy. I have seen so much, from horse-drawn carriages to modern cars, from gas lamps to electric lights. I have watched the Seine River flow gently below, and felt the seasons change above. I am more than metal and bolts. I am a witness to history, a symbol of human creativity, and a friend to all who visit. And as Paris continues to grow and change, I stand ready to welcome new stories, new dreams, and new visitors. The spirit of Paris, celebrations and stories. As years passed, I became more than just a structure of iron and rivets. I became the heart of many celebrations and stories that filled Paris with life and joy. The people of Paris and visitors from around the world look to me as a symbol of their city's spirit, creativity, and resilience. Every year, during important events and holidays, I was dressed in lights and colors. Night after night, my iron frame glowed, sparkling like a jewel in the Paris sky. These light shows became famous, attracting crowds eager to see me shine. My sparkling lights told stories of hope, peace, and unity. I saw lovers meet under my shadow, promising forever. I heard laughter from children playing nearby and felt the excitement of festivals that filled the streets with music and dance. I was a silent witness to weddings, protests, celebrations, and quiet moments of reflection. Paris is a city full of history and art, and I was part of its story. Writers and poets often wrote about me, describing how I stood tall, watching over the city like a guardian. Artists painted me in every season, covered in snow, shining under the summer sun, or glowing in autumn's golden light. I was also the stage for many important events. Athletes passed near me during marathons. Musicians performed concerts at my base. Parades marched past me, filling the air with energy and pride. I was proud to be a symbol that united so many people. But I also heard stories from those who were scared or doubtful. When I was first built, many feared I was too tall or too strange. Some called me ugly. Yet, I stood firm and patient. Over time, even my harshest critics grew to love me. They saw how I belonged to Paris as much as the Seine River or the streets of Montmartre. Through the years, I witnessed great changes. Paris transformed from a city of gas lamps and horse carts to a modern metropolis full of cars, trains, and airplanes. Yet, I remained the same strong tower, a connection between past and present. Many times, I have inspired people to dream big. Engineers, architects, and artists looked at me and thought, if this can be built, what else is possible? I became a symbol of human creativity and the power of imagination. I remember the nights when fireworks lit up the sky around me, during New Year's celebrations or national holidays. The bright colors exploded in the sky, reflecting on my iron bones. Visitors cheered and took pictures, their faces glowing with happiness. I have been there for lovers proposing marriage, for families meeting after long journeys, and for children seeing the city from above for the first time. These moments make me feel alive, like I am more than metal, I am part of human stories. Even now, as new buildings rise and technology changes, I stand tall and proud. I am the Eiffel Tower, the Iron Lady of Paris, a friend to millions and a symbol that dreams can become real. Guardianship and renewal, protecting the tower. Standing tall for more than a century is no small feat, though I was built to last. Time and weather have tested me again and again. Wind, rain, snow, and sun have touched every inch of my iron frame. To keep me strong and beautiful, I need constant care and attention. My first challenge was rust. Iron and water do not mix well. When water touches iron, it slowly eats away at it, making it weak and fragile. To protect myself, I have to be painted regularly. Painting me is a huge job. It takes months and many workers to cover every beam and bolt with protective paint. This painting job is like giving me a fresh coat of armor. The paint I wear is a special color known as Eiffel Tower brown. It is not just for looks, it protects me from rust and weather damage. Every 7 years or so, I am painted again, ensuring that I stay strong and safe. Over the years, the workers who care for me have become my guardians. They climb high, brushing and painting every part of me. Their work is hard and dangerous, but they love their job because they know I am important to Paris and the world. In addition to painting, there have been other efforts to protect and improve me. Engineers have studied my structure many times, making sure I am safe for visitors and able to handle the weather. Sometimes, small repairs are needed. When iron weakens or bolts loosen, skilled workers fix the problem quickly. Technology has also helped me stay safe. Sensors now watch me, measuring how much I move during strong winds or storms. I may be tall and strong, but I do sway a little in the wind, like a tall tree in a breeze. These sensors help engineers understand how I behave and how to protect me better. In the 1980s, a big renovation made me even better. Elevators were improved, new lights were added, and safety measures were updated. These changes made visiting me safer and more enjoyable for millions of people each year. Sometimes, people wonder if I will last forever. While nothing lasts truly forever, I was designed to stand the test of time. With care and attention, I will continue to watch over Paris for many more generations. Protecting me is a responsibility shared by many, from the city of Paris, to the engineers, to the millions of visitors who love me. Together, we keep my story alive. As I stand tall against the sky, I am grateful for the hands that protect me, the eyes that admire me, and the hearts that find inspiration in my iron bones. A beacon through time, stories and symbols. For over 100 years, I have stood tall and strong, watching the world change around me. I have seen Paris grow from a city of horse-drawn carriages and gas lamps into a bustling modern metropolis filled with cars, airplanes, and bright lights. Throughout this time, I have become more than just a tower made of iron. I have become a symbol, a beacon of hope, creativity, and human spirit. People from all over the world recognize me instantly. When they see my shape against the sky, they think of Paris, the city of light. I have appeared in thousands of photographs, paintings, movies, and stories. I have been a muse for artists and a landmark for travelers. But beyond my physical presence, I carry stories, stories of the people who built me, the visitors who climbed me, and the city that embraces me. Many stories have been told about me. Some are real, others are legends, but all add to my charm. For example, during the early days, I was called the Iron Lady, a nickname that stuck because of my strong and graceful design. Others have called me the Grande Dame de Fer, which means Great Iron Lady in French. My construction was not only a feat of engineering but also a human story filled with challenges and triumphs. Gustave Eiffel and his team worked day and night, overcoming doubts and criticism to bring me to life. I remember the excitement on their faces when my last beam was put in place. It was a moment of pride and relief, a dream made real. Over the years, many famous people have visited me. Kings and queens, artists and writers, scientists and politicians, all came to admire the view from my platforms and to feel the magic of Paris from above. Some even proposed marriage near me, making their love stories part of my history. I have been a witness to celebrations and tragedies. During World War II, when Paris was occupied, the elevators in my legs were turned off, forcing people to climb the stairs if they wanted to reach my top. It was a hard time for the city, but I stood silent, waiting for peace to return. After the war, I became a symbol of freedom and resilience. My lights have shone bright during many important events. Whether it is New Year's Eve, Bastille Day, or special occasions like the Olympic Games, my sparkling lights create a magical atmosphere. People gather around me to celebrate, to dream, and to hope. In 1985, I was lit up with 20,000 sparkling lights for the first time during the evening. Since then, my glittering show has become a nightly tradition, a beautiful display that enchants visitors and Parisians alike. The lights make me look alive, as if I am twinkling with joy. Beyond celebrations, I have also been used for messages and symbols. In 2015, for example, I was illuminated with the colors of the French flag to honor the victims of tragic events and to show unity and strength. My lights can speak without words, sending hope and comfort to those who see them. My design has inspired many other towers around the world. Cities in Tokyo, Las Vegas, and Toronto have built their own versions of me, hoping to capture some of my magic. But there is only one original Eiffel Tower, standing proud and unique. I have also inspired stories in books and movies. Writers have imagined what it would be like if I could talk, sharing my perspective on history and the people who visit. Movies have used me as a symbol of romance, mystery, and adventure. I have become a character in the lives of millions. One of my most important roles is as a reminder of human creativity. I show that with imagination, courage, and hard work, people can achieve great things. I was once just an idea on paper, a bold dream that many thought was impossible. But now, I stand here as proof that dreams can become reality. Visitors climb my stairs and ride my elevators to see the city from above. They feel a connection to history and to the people who built me. They see Paris in a new light, with its beautiful buildings, winding rivers, and lively streets. As I look over the city day and night, I feel proud to be a part of Paris. I am grateful for the countless people who have loved and cared for me. Without them, I would not be the strong and shining tower I am today. The future is full of possibilities. I will continue to stand tall, welcoming visitors from around the world. I will keep telling my story, one of strength, beauty, and human spirit. And as long as Paris shines, so will I, a beacon through time, a symbol of hope and dreams. A living symbol, the tower in modern times. As the years moved on, I watched Paris grow and change around me. Modern buildings rose up, and the city became busier and louder. Yet, I remained a calm and steady presence, a reminder of the past amid the fast pace of today's world. Many people come to visit me each year, millions of travelers from all corners of the globe. For some, I am their first stop in Paris, a way to start their journey with a view that takes their breath away. For others, I am a place to return to find comfort and beauty in a busy world. In the 21st century, I have embraced technology while keeping my old charm. My elevators have been improved to carry more people safely and quickly. My lighting system is now energy efficient, using LED lights that sparkle brilliantly but save energy. Events happen around me all the time. From music concerts to art exhibitions, I am a stage and a backdrop for culture. Many artists create new works inspired by me, blending old and new in exciting ways. Security has become important too. As a famous landmark, I must be safe for visitors and the city. Paris has taken steps to protect me and the people who come to see me. These efforts help keep the experience enjoyable and peaceful. I am also part of environmental efforts. Paris cares about its green spaces and clean air. My caretakers work to keep me painted with eco-friendly materials. I stand in harmony with the parks and gardens nearby, a part of the city's nature. At night, my lights shine not just for beauty, but also for messages. I have been lit in different colors to honor causes, celebrate important days, or show solidarity with people around the world. My glowing presence is a way to communicate without words. Despite all the changes in the city and the world, I remain a symbol of creativity and hope. People come to me to dream, to feel connected, and to remember that even the tallest and strongest things can have a gentle heart. I am proud to be a part of Paris's story, a story that continues to grow every day. As long as the city moves forward, I will stand tall. A living symbol of history and progress. Thanks for listening to Speaking Places podcast, where history finds its voice. This was part 1 of the Eiffel Tower's story, and part 2 comes tomorrow. We'll go deeper into her journey through time, war, and wonder. Got a place you'd like to hear next? Drop it in the comments, we'd love to include it in future episodes. Follow for more daily stories told by the places that shaped our world. See you in the next one.